Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with the weekly social skills lessons. Social skills lesson. And social skills number 3, conflict resolution. I want to talk about a crucial aspect of our social interactions, conflict resolution. In our journey through life, we're bound to encounter conflicts, whether they're minor disagreements or major disputes. How we handle these conflicts can significantly impact our relationships, our work environments, and our overall well-being. First and foremost, let's address why conflict resolution is so important. Conflict, when left unaddressed or unhandled poorly, can, fester and escalate, leading to resentment, misunderstandings, and damaged relationships. However, when we approach conflicts constructively, they, become opportunities for growth, understanding, and stronger connections. I'm going to give you some key strategies to think about, to consider when, trying to resolve conflicts effectively. Active listening. One of the most important tools in conflict resolution is active listening. This means truly hearing what the other person is saying without interrupting or formulating your response while they speak. Listen to not just their words, but also to their emotions and underlying concerns. Reflect back what you heard to ensure mutual understandings. For example, if a colleague expresses frustration with a project deadline, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by the timeline. Is that correct?" That's just, going back and forth, making sure that letting the person know that you heard what they're saying, so that if there's a little bit of a difference, you can kind of figure it out where you differ at, or where the misunderstanding is. Empathy and perspective taking. Conflict often arises from different perspectives or experiences. Empathy allows us to step into the shoes of others and see things from their point of view. Recognizing and acknowledging the validity of someone else's feelings doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but it does create a foundation for productive dialogue, which is true. You don't always have to agree with somebody, but just hear what they're saying, For instance, if a friend is upset because you inadvertently left them out of plans, you could say, "I understand why you feel hurt by that. I should have communicated better." That's just giving you an example, okay? Collaborative problem solving. Instead of approaching conflicts as win-lose scenarios, strive, for win-win solutions through collaborative problem solving. Focus on finding common ground and brainstorming mutually beneficial outcomes. Yeah, I try to do that. I've had to do that in most of my jobs, I've had to, because I was always the in-between person, between the bosses, the big people, the ones that's real, the top dogs, me, and then I was like the person that was in between, making sure this stuff flowed, Focus on finding common ground and brainstorming mutually beneficial outcomes. This might involve compromise, creative thinking, or seeking outside perspectives. For example, if there's a disagreement within a team about the direction of a project, convene a meeting to openly discuss concerns and brainstorm solutions together. I mean, that's very important, especially when you're working with other people. You need to, just talk about it, so you can make sure you're on the right track, so you can try to be as accurate, get the most accurate outcomes that you can get, You're not going to be always 100%, but if you open up and allow yourself to have a dialogue with people, it gives an opportunity to hear a different perspective on something. It might be a better or faster way to do something, If you give somebody else an opportunity to talk, they might say something to you that you didn't think about that can make your, situation more efficient or effective, In conclusion, conflict resolution is not about avoiding conflicts altogether, but rather about addressing them in a way that fosters understanding, respect, and mutual growth. By, practicing active listening, empathy, and collaborative problem solving, we can navigate conflicts with grace and emerge stronger, but both individually and collectively.